G'day legends, Blake here with another video, and today I'm really excited to be in Denver's fish room here as part of our Sydney trip. Thanks for inviting me, Denver.
No worries.
And it is a really exciting fish room. You got a lot going on in this space. I'm keen to get into it. Well, Denver, I think that there's no better tank to start with than this guy here. Some beautiful Ultim angelfish.
Yeah.
How long have you had these guys for?
So I've had them for 2 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty much the center of attention. Every time someone comes to the aquarium, you can ask anyone.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, wow, this tank.
Yeah. Have they bred for you?
No, not yet. So my plan is to move my 6-foot aquarium here
Yep.
in the middle and put them in there. So it gives them a little bit more space. Because I think that, they probably can grow a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, so once they move there, maybe, but if they breed or not, it doesn't bother me. For me, at this point, they're just my pets.
Yeah, your reward is right there.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. This is good enough for me.
In there with some awesome Bozeman eyes, these L333s, are there?
These are 66.
Oh no, I've already tripped over.
Yeah, King Tiger.
We're testing. I'm notoriously bad with getting numbers right, so
It's all good.
but they're massive as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, fantastic. And inbuilt sumps in all of these tanks here.
Yep.
So we move over to
all tanks have inbuilt sumps.
Oh yeah, Cowan River maybe is a good shout.
Yeah. So it was sold as a pair.
Yeah.
From the auction.
What about these guys here?
So that's L387.
Yeah.
Plecos or Tangerine Tiger Plecos. They've bred for me once.
Tangerine tigers.
37.
They're carnivorous pleco, like a meat eater.
Yeah, meat
Yeah,
eater.
yeah.
I do give them some zucchini and algae wafers as well.
Yep.
But primarily loves meat. Yep.
Downstairs there's some absolute monster pencilfish that when I first came in, I thought it was like a school of flying foxes or something like that. These guys are huge. These are like, whiteboard marker fish. They're so big.
So these are Anastomus tenetzi, a cousin of Anastomus, I think.
Yeah.
And then there are some rainbows, adult rainbows, Trifasiata from Mica Creek and Browns Creek. And there are 5 blur eye rainbows as well. But what I noticed with this tank was because the sand is sort of whitish, yellowish, I don't see the colors as well. So eventually I might give this tank a change of substrate to bring a little bit more color.
Big
into them.
albino pleco back there too.
Yeah, Gibby.
Gibbiceps,
Yeah, it's pretty old actually. He's been 3-4 years at least. Yeah. He's happier in this tank though.
Maybe to get started, how'd you get into the hobby and what parts of it?
Well, I think I had fish all my life. Probably my way of connecting with my dad.
Yeah.
He started, he always had an aquarium in the house, and I just used to love going into the aquarium shops. And now I think I'm a bit of a fish nerd than him. Fair to say. But yeah, just always had interest in fish and what it brings to me, and what it builds in me, I think.
Yeah, it's very relaxing, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, it is very relaxing. It's good for your mental health. And
must be good to have somebody that knows what you're talking about, with other people who are passionate about it too.
Definitely.
And so we were talking off camera before, and sort of you got started with a lot of plecos and that sort of thing.
Yeah, so there was no plan to have a fish room, first of all. There was supposed to have just 1 rack of fish.
Yeah.
Then became 2, 3, and then I surrounded the garage with aquariums. I always wanted to park my car inside the garage, but it's not gonna happen anymore, unfortunately. But yeah, instead I have fish, a lot of fish. So started with plecos. I bought all of my plecos when they were young, at least most of them. And then while they were growing out for 2 years, I'm like, I can't wait for you to grow out.
Yeah.
All the tanks look empty with them in their caves. So I got into angels, and now pretty much into everything.
Yeah, there really is a bit of everything. Yeah. And the plecos are definitely not babies anymore. You can see a big horse,
Then I'm big.
horse in there, and saddle that guy up and ride him around.
Yeah, they're pretty big now. This tank is owned by one catfish.
A gift. The gift.
The gift.
I'm giving.
Yeah. Yep.
There he is.
Yeah. Hello. Nice to meet you. All right, he's back. Back to his spot. He says hello and he goes back.
Yeah. He's got my social skills, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, so this was given to me by my neighbor.
Yep.
He was getting rid of his tank, and he had this and the snakehead gudgeon.
Yep.
So I said, like,
He's
yeah,
over
I'll
here.
take him. So the snakehead is over there. I've left him there because he was having some sort of fin rot.
Yeah.
Earlier. It's better now.
Yeah.
Much better now.
Have you seen my snakehead gudgeons? Maybe not?
Yes.
Yeah, they're doing a lot better now that I've moved them into the 8 foot.
Yeah.
And the female did have a similar sort of fin something going on, but it's come back now. So,
yeah.
but yeah, gotta love a snakehead gudgeon. I guess we've segued nicely into this next rack here.
Yeah.
I've got some cool little. Is one of your spawns in here? Is it?
Yeah, so there's some L66 King Tiger fry. So there's about 5 or 7 or something like that.
Yep.
But primarily there are L387 Tangerine Tiger plecos in there. I reckon there is about 40 in there.
Yep.
Once I feed them, they just come out and play out.
Yeah.
And then this is my peppermint
Yeah, everyone's favorite.
bristlenose, which need to go out soon.
Yep.
So again, this tank gets water change almost every day or every other day.
Yep.
Because there's like 110 peppermint bristlenose in there.
I noticed that some of the pleco tanks have a power head in there too. Bit of
Yeah,
extra
so
flow.
it does get quite messy with some of them,
Yeah.
especially the ones that eat wood,
Yeah.
you know. So I need to get a power head for this one as well.
Yeah.
But these tanks are set up in a way I can just fill the water and the water can just go out straight.
Mhm.
So even if I don't empty the tank, if I just keep the tank like this and just fill it, like sort of dilute
Yeah.
the water, it should be good enough.
Perfect.
And yeah, in this tank, recently got some 6 lineata.
Yeah. So 6 lined rainbows.
Yeah, there's 5, I think, 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And I got eggs from them yesterday.
I like your plant that you've got going in there.
Yeah, I would love for you to say the name of it because I can never remember.
Type of philodendron or something, is it? I'm not sure.
Yeah. But it looks happy.
Yeah, it's doing well. It's
Yeah.
reaching up to the sky.
Yeah.
And it gives you some nice naturals of roots. I'm sure the
Exactly,
rainbows
yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
Some Anubias. Yeah.
Yeah. There is some 6 fry in there somewhere.
Yep.
Right. But I don't see them very often, except if I come in the night with a torch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Then I see them.
Yeah, that's a good move. So we've seen the snakehead down below. Who's his neighbour here?
A new batch of Bosmani I got, so a new bloodline.
Awesome.
You can see some good colors on them,
Yeah.
especially on the males. So I got them a couple of weeks ago from the auction. Like really nice colors. They're
Yeah.
actually coming out to say hello.
Or orange colours on those.
Yeah, almost orange.
Yeah, beautiful.
So yeah, if I can grow them out.
And this is a nice
This is just a
looking
tank
too.
to leave my plants, or if I wanna separate a fish or something.
Yeah.
This, yeah, just a
Always
standby.
need a spare tank, don't
Just
you?
a standby, yeah.
They
I
don't
have a
stay
few of
spare
them.
tanks for long though. I
Yeah.
find. As part of your fish keeping journey, have you had any horror stories or anything?
Horror
Things
stories.
like that? There
There's
was that one
always-
that you told us before about
Of
a
course.
warning for people with kids out there like myself.
So my son, who's about 2.5 years old, decided to bring the soap sponge in the laundry and dump it in that tank there. And thankfully, I saw it because I came in to do a water change, and I saw something floating, and I'm like, "What's that? Did I forget something?"
Yeah.
And then I took the sponge out and I smelled it. I'm like,
Yeah. Just helping you do a
what
bit of
has he
cleaning.
done? And just so pretty much stop everything, take all the water out, move all the fish away, and reboot the tank pretty much because I don't know, how bad it is, So emptied everything, started all over again. Now it's running again, no issues.
Beautiful.
But the best part was in the morning when he woke up, I asked him, "Did you put something in the fish tank?" He's like, "Yeah. You want me to show it?" I'm like, "No, I'm well aware of it."
Yeah, no need. Thanks for cleaning.
Corydoras napoensis, or Napa, they call it.
Yeah.
There's only 3 or 4 in there, but there's more in that tank which I can't seem to catch because I probably have to remove all the driftwood from there to catch it.
Yeah.
Which is too much of an effort.
Yeah.
At this point. But yeah, they seem to be very happy in this tank because I see eggs every day or every other day.
You can see some little cories back here.
Julies.
Yep.
I still can't confirm if it's actual Julies or fake Julies at this point in time. Either way, they're pretty.
Yeah.
I can't see the difference, so I'm not too bothered about that.
Yeah, they look like the Julies I've had before. So
Yeah.
they look fun. You got some brokers in here? Emerald
So
cories?
there's some brokers in there, and there's one golden panchax somewhere
Oh.
up.
Yep, I can see it.
Yeah,
There we go. Well,
it's quite big.
he's a big unit, yeah.
Yeah, I think he needs a go. So I need to find a go.
Yeah,
I'm worried to buy the smaller ones because he's huge.
he is. White clouds in here?
Yes, white clouds for the time being. Not planning on breeding, but I might have a go to see what it's like. But the main purpose is this is going to be a shrimp tank.
Yep.
As well. But for the time being, I'm just left them
Yeah, why
in
not?
there. This one is black bar endless. More females than males.
Yep. This little tank's good too. We shouldn't pass
Yeah,
over
so
this,
this
one.
one is Luminatus. There's 4 Luminatus
Yep.
and some cherry shrimp in there.
That is a huge Luminatus, that boy there. Like in terms of
flaring up every now and then.
being big and fat and well conditioned,
Yeah.
he's living the dream. So having a fish room for a while now and setting it up from scratch, is there any advice you'd give to people wanting to set up a fish room of their own?
So there's a few that I can think of. One is get your plumbing right.
Yep.
The easiest way to get rid of some of your water is the first thing that you would think of. I would advise try to get different sizes of tanks because you don't really know where you're going to take your hobby. You might be into stingrays at one point and then you might be into shrimp at one point.
Yeah.
So you can't put shrimp in a stingray tank. So I would advise try to think ahead and just make sure that you're on that right path. I mean, otherwise you might not be able to get into some of the other fish species. That's one. Automatic water changes would be a dream. If you can do it. I don't. In this in this fish room, I don't. But if I was to do it again, I would probably think of that.
Yeah, me too. Up here we've got a couple of nice swans of Bozemanii.
Yep.
Deciding to keep or sell them.
Yeah, it's a tough choice.
Well,
I always dream of a school of Bozemanii
Yeah,
in my
yeah.
tank as well.
well, if you move those Ultims out to the 6 foot, then
Yeah,
you could have a big Bozemanii tank.
yeah.
I love these angels too.
Oh yeah, the famous Blue Smokies.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, lost my big ones
Oh,
about a year ago, I think.
yeah.
So this is it. So if this works, happy days.
So these fry from before?
Yeah,
Awesome. Well, that's
they
still
are
good.
fry. So I'm hoping there'll be a pair somewhere. The plecos in the tank are King Tigers L66. So fair to say sub adults, I would say. 6-7 centimeter probably.
Yep. Oh, you can see
Um,
another one in there.
Yeah.
We got some hanging out at the front here for us very nicely.
Yeah.
Leopard frogs.
Leopard frogs. So leopard frogs, albino heckelais, panda cories, and L600 in there as well. L600 is taken that
Oh, yeah.
cave.
You can see he's
The red fin. Yeah, so this is my original group of leopard frog plecos.
Yep.
They are from 4 different states.
Oh, wow.
So got New South Wales, Queensland represent, Melbourne, Victoria,
Got the whole
and
state of
Adelaide
origin.
as well. So 4 different bloodlines between these 2 tanks. So both of these tanks have leopard frog plecos.
Yep. And how many in total? How many fish in total?
16,
16, okay.
15, 16, I think. Yeah, they're bred for, I mean, they've spawned for me,
Yep.
but yeah, I haven't managed to keep the fry just yet. So I'm trying different things at the moment
okay.
to see what I can do to keep them.
Because leopard frogs are meat eaters as well, aren't they? Yeah. So what are you feeding them, like blackworms or something like that? Or?
Black ones whenever I can, but they are more on dry and frozen food.
Yep.
I used to feed a lot of ripashi and things, but
Yep.
kind of got over it a little bit
Yeah,
because it makes a huge mess of the tank.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
yeah. And plecos already do that as it is. So
Exactly.
they don't need any help.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, now I'm like dry pellets and frozen food.
Yep.
And a little bit of zucchini every now and then.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Good one.
need to keep some veggies in the diet
Yeah, help.
because they're gonna get bloated otherwise,
Yeah.
and then that's another headache.
For sure.
Yeah, he's really showing off.
Yeah.
So this is a tank of king tigers and leopard frogs.
Yeah.
But the leopard frogs are a little bit younger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
King tiger in there. There's sort of more stripes.
so there's currently there's a pair trapping in there.
Oh, awesome.
So hopefully tomorrow or day after I'll see some eggs in
Yeah.
there.
Fingers crossed.
But they haven't stopped like for the last few months.
Okay.
2 or 3 months.
Yep.
Yeah, they've just kept going. So all 333 babies, a little bit bigger in here, and then a little bit bigger in the other tank.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Well, that's what you want.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's all paying off.
Yeah.
You know, the weight.
We've got a nice tank in here.
Yeah, you can call it a black coat, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not meant to be. I think this giant piece of wood
Yeah.
is doing the job. So
Beautiful.
So 168s and 397s. 397s are not meant to be here, but my son decided to put the sponge in the tank, so they're there now.
Yeah.
For now, at least. This is some 168 fry in there, so probably a week old.
Beautiful. Well, they're obviously enjoying the tandems then.
Yeah, so they've never spawned inside a cave. They're always on top of the cave or in between the wood or something like that.
Right.
So yeah, they at the moment they're doing well. I lost a male probably 6 months ago, so it's stopped for a little while, but now I think another male has taken over.
Oh, great.
So 168s are doing well so far.
This is a nice looking tank as well. Another shallow profile.
Yeah, so my peppermint adults are in here.
Some endlers, tiger
Yeah,
endlers.
some tiger endlers just to keep the tank busy.
Yeah.
Because I don't like a tank that is not showing any movement.
Yeah. And in no time, in no time the endlers will explode.
Yeah, exactly. So the endless are only a few weeks old. So
Yeah.
hopefully next time when you see it,
Yeah.
you'll probably see a bunch of babies.
Ah, it's looking good. And any tricks for people always ask me how to breed peppermints. My trick was just to put in a pair of commons, but do you have any tricks?
Cold water change.
Yeah.
Maybe 8 degrees less
Yep.
temperature seems to work. If it's if you hear about a rain or a thunderstorm coming up, a cold water change really gives them a kick. But you can do all that and then still they might not spawn
Yep.
as well. But if it's time, that's they'll pick it up on those days where
Yeah.
the thunderstorms coming and stuff. But not too much of trouble, but they do stop for a little while at times.
Couple of nanos over here as well.
Yeah. So these were sold as yellow tigers, but I don't think they're yellow tigers. I mean,
Nah.
but I've seen online a breed called Bengal Tiger Endless.
Right.
It could be that.
Yeah.
Because there's a little bit of blue-green in them as well, rather than the yellow. So I've kept them separately because I feel like they're cool.
They are cool, yeah.
And I'm also breeding a few pygmy cories. I saw a few babies in there.
Awesome. There's
They don't seem to eat their babies from what I know.
no,
So
they're so good like
I'm
that.
just hoping for the best with this one. And this is just Jao.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
You set up a fry tray here.
Yes, thanks to Mr. Dean
Yeah.
and Aquarium Corp, I've set this up. It's not very old, so I had the smaller, what do you call, containers or whatever?
Yeah.
Previously,
Oh yeah.
but I felt like they're too small,
Yeah.
so decided to move them into bigger containers and sort of a revamp it a little bit.
Yeah.
So I can move some of the plecos and cories and all in here while they grow.
It's a brilliant excuse to have a tank out like this too, and then you got
Yeah.
it perfect height.
Exactly.
Love it. Rather than sort of like if it was that way, you sort of like trying to get in there. And,
Exactly.
yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
All right, so there you go. That's our tour of Denver's Fish Room. Hopefully you enjoyed, and if you did, it always helps me out to smash like, hit subscribe, and all that fun stuff. Denver as well has a good Instagram account, which I'll link down below. Check him out, and you can see all the updates and everything going on here. So thanks a lot. Thanks again for having me, and
No worries.
hopefully we can get back in sometime in the future and see what else is happening in here.
Of course. Of course.
Looking
Thanks
forward
for
to it.
coming.